I'm a student filmmaker and I'm in my 4th year at Queen's. I've been involved in the KCFF for the past few years. I had a film in it last year, which was a short documentary, and this year I'm very excited to have 2 of my films showing, a short, animated short, and a longer one that I worked on as a narrative project. So Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is a film that takes place in Kingston in the 1990s, and we had decided earlier on we wanted it to be a kind of period piece. And it's about Cyrus, who's a young gay teenager, and he's working on a project for school, and he's slowly uncovering the details of this mysterious death in his community, in the Kingston community years before. And it's mostly fantasy. We don't use a lot of real place names and real people names, but it was just important to us to kind of have that like nostalgic love letter to kind of tap into this collective queer consciousness, because a lot of us were queer filmmakers talking about this script and working on it. So it was really kind of a love letter to just kind of what we'd like to see when we go to see short Canadian queer film. So it's the story of this boy kind of discovering himself as he unravels this mystery as well. So it's very fun, and it's very it was very ambitious for us at the time because we were such young filmmakers working on this project, and it's something we're all really proud of. So working on the animation, they were both great because I had very small crews, which was challenging as well as rewarding. But with the animated short, it was just myself and my partner Erica, and we were working probably 72 hours from start to finish because we only had the animation suite for so long. So we were in there with all kinds of materials. We were using hot glue gun as raindrops. We had coiled wires, we had feathers, we had sparkles, and it was all over this one room. And we were working very diligently from beginning to end on this paper cutout animation, which involves obviously moving very delicately pieces of paper and all these materials together, and then taking stills and captures after every one. So that was a very long, very arduous process, but it was also very rewarding in that it all got done in such a short time frame. It's about a young girl living on Earth and a young girl living on another planet, and they're able to communicate and share the things that are important to them, such as music and the sound of their pet cats and the sound of rain. So it's really just a short little story about communicating between barriers and across time and space, and just growing friendships. Being in the audience when your own film is showing is so incredibly valuable, and it's absolutely terrifying. And often they'll ask the director to identify themselves, and I know some directors won't because they want to organically see how the audience will react without thinking about their feelings. Other directors are obviously very proud to. But it's great to sit there, and it's terrifying and nerve-wracking because people are reacting and it might not be what you expect, but you learn so much. And I know some directors will actually bring their phone along and record the session so they can see when people laugh and when people react, and then they'll play that alongside their film. And if their film is still a work in progress, they'll have the time and the resources to workshop that based on just people's reactions. So obviously it's incredibly valuable. But what I think is so great about KCFF is that it allows you to come in and be inspired by other people's films, and especially by filmmakers who are working in this country, because we see so much from the US and we get so excited about that, but it's so great to be inspired by people who come from your background and your roots. So just being able to inspire people in that way, and also to notice things in your own work that you might not have, and just to hear people's reactions to the things that you've been working so hard on, is just a great, fulfilling experience. I'd say there's an ongoing question as to whether we have a national Canadian identity when it comes to film, and what exactly that may be and how we interact with that. But I think it's important that we really keep pushing forward at that question, and we keep teaching young Canadian people that they can make film and that their films can get out there and inspire people. And so I think KCFF is really important in doing that for filmmakers, and just constantly pushing the barriers of what it means to be Canadian and to make films in this country and about this country and about people who come from here. The Kingston Canadian Film Festival is happening the first weekend in March, and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, my narrative short, is happening during their shorts programming. So all the dates are on the website, and you guys can look them up and find out when you can catch my movies and some other really great programming as well.